Okay, so today what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about how Blox Fruits could start updating more, and yeah, we're gonna take a look at their management. We're gonna take a look at their developers. We're gonna take a look at their plans and stuff like that. And I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea on how they could fix this. So without further ado, let's get this video started. Before we start this video, though, we are super close to 3,500 subscribers. So if you want to be part of the Dark Blade giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe. And also at 85,000 subscribers, we're gonna be doing a permanent food giveaway. So if you want to be part of both these giveaways, then all you have to do is subscribe, join our Discord, and yeah, without further ado, let's get this video started. So before we continue on with this video, what I want to do is give you guys an example of what I want to talk about, of what I will also talk about in this video. So there's this game that I actually covered on my other channel called Anime Last Stand. So Anime Last Stand is basically sort of like a replacement to Anime Adventures, in my opinion. And what happened with this game was they actually had a change of owners. So from right here, if you go check right here, there's actually a lot of stuff right here. So by the way, I'm not gonna try to throw hate to these people. In my opinion, the Anime Last Stand developers are actually pretty cool. But I'm gonna use this as an example of what good management could do to a game. For example, right here, you could clearly see that these are the main developers, the main owners of the game, and you could clearly see that there are mistakes. So for example, one of them is forcing weekly deadlines. One of them is disappearing on random Roblox games. One of them is disappearing randomly, and another one is addicted to Pet Simulator, which is actually insane. So this has led to the game not being able to release consistent updates, which led to the game kind of dying. They now only have or actually before I made this video, before they released their latest update, they now only have 4,000 players. Before, they were averaging around 30,000 players. And then after a while, they actually had a change of ownership. So the boss, which you probably know him if you're playing a One Piece game, he's also the guy who made a One Piece game. And after the change of ownership, I actually thought this is gonna be an L thing. But as I look at this guy, as I look at the boss, which is actually kind of cool, he was actually able to fix so much problems with the game in the span of just a single week. And then only a few days after this bug fix, they were able to release this update, which is actually kind of insane. They were able to release this update pretty quickly, and then after that, they haven't released their next update yet. So here, as you guys can see right here, he actually has a trailer now at 6:58 a.m. So this was yesterday, I believe. Let's actually go check out the trailer. And if you go take a look at this right here, this is actually it blew my mind away. These were all made in the span of, I believe, I don't know if they made this after they took off or they took this from the old developers. But if you are honest with yourself, these maps actually look better than a lot of what Blox Fruits maps has right now. You could see that this actually looks pretty good. This just genuinely looks pretty good. And then they've added a lot of features as well. Then there's also a lot of effects and models, as you guys could see. There's a lot of models. And then look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's actually insanely good. No, oh my goodness, that's actually insane. This is Saitama. I believe this is Saitama. So this is an update that we Anime Last Stand players have been waiting on for, I believe, 1 to 2 months now. I've actually been waiting for this update as well for 1 to 2 months now, but the old developers of the game just could not release it. They just couldn't release it. If you actually go take a look at what's said right here, 13 units, 2 stories, 1 raid, new portal, quality of life changes, new features. That's basically all the updates we have combined all in a single update. So basically what they are saying is the boss is such an awesome person that he managed to release a single update that's as big as all the updates Anime Last Stand had combined in less time as well. So this is just an example of, so basically the reason why I wanted to talk about this is an example of what an actual hardworking developer, what an actual hardworking owner and can do to your game, can save your game. So as I made an example earlier, Anime Last Stand was having a hard time releasing updates because the owners and the developers, previous developers, they didn't have a very good communication and they weren't as skilled as management as the boss was. So they weren't able to release that many quality and consistent updates. But as soon as they changed ownership, they were able to, or Anime Last Stand was able to see a bunch of fixes and a bunch of updates that are actually pretty big as well. What I'm trying to say here is that a lot of the problem with Blox Fruits taking so long to update has something to do with the owners of the game and less with the developers, because I think the developers of Blox Fruits are actually all very talented. However, I believe that the problem with the game has a lot of things to do with the owners and also with how successful the game is. Ironically though, I believe that since the owners are now probably very rich, they don't really care that much for the game anymore, so they just release updates every now and then. They're not very consistent with updates anymore. So now, let's actually go take a look at how the owners could fix it. To keep it short, I think what the developers of the game should do is hire a manager that will manage the game for them. Because in my opinion right now, I think the Blox Fruits developers or the Blox Fruits owners, the owners of the game, the two owners of the game, they don't really need to work as much anymore, and they probably are not as motivated to work or probably not as passionate to work with the game as much as they used to. And this shows because honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this update shouldn't really take this long. So I believe that if they were to get a manager that would manage the game for them, this said manager could start checking up with the developers more, maybe encouraging the developers to start releasing or start finishing up the stuff that they need to finish with. I believe what they really should do is hire a manager, a very skilled manager and experienced manager that knows how to handle Roblox games, and also someone that they should trust in order to start managing their developers for them and also start managing their games for them as well. And this manager could also probably hire more developers such as concept artists, because in my opinion, concept artists could help reduce redesigns. Like for example, Dragon Fruit Rework was redesigned a couple of times. For example, this is the old design of Dragon Fruit Rework, which is a Western dragon, and the new design would look something like this. I'm not actually allowed to show the leaks because I don't want anyone to get in trouble that it's going to look something like this. And these are two very different designs. And I believe that a lot of the reasons why these updates get delayed is because of redesign. So if there was going to be a concept artist that was going to handle all the designs, this might help the developers like the modelers like Red Doppio to start releasing or to start focusing on just making those stuff without having to focus on the redesigns as well. Now, this is just an honest opinion. This is just an honest opinion from me, because as I've showed you in the beginning of this video, and the reason why I showed the beginning of this video and why I showed it at the beginning is because there are kids in the comment section that are gonna tell me, if you're so good, why don't you do it yourself? There's a lot of brain dead kids nowadays that love to protect the owners of the game, even though it's clear that they haven't been doing as well in the update department as they should have. And in my opinion, as a YouTuber, one of the things that I believe in is I need to speak the truth. I need to call out what needs to be called out, because maybe, just maybe, I could maybe have a change. If maybe one of the developers see this, maybe they could actually act on it. And yeah, also one thing that you guys should consider, that if you continue to tell Blox Fruits or continue to support a company or Blox Fruits or an owner or a developer or anything in general, even if they're doing bad, they're going to continue those bad things to you because they see that you support them anyways. So if you want Blox Fruits to improve, or if you're a really actual fan, you would call them out for the bad things that they do instead of trying to support them for clearly not being able to deliver as well as they should. So that's gonna be it for today's video, and I hope you guys liked it. Maybe, hopefully this was insightful. And also, I made this video so maybe if any of the developers see it, they could maybe do something about it.